that the city of Ottawa is the capital city of Canada. A common mistake would be to assume that the capital city would be Toronto because it's the biggest, but it isn't, and why is that? Today I'll talk about the history of Canada's capital city. To start, we must go back when Canada didn't even speak English yet, and was called New France. New France was the name of the territory France occupied in North America before losing it at the end of the 7 Years' War. At the beginning, New France had no cities, and then the first one came to be Quebec, now called Quebec City. It was founded by Samuel de Champlain on the 3rd of July 1608. The city even got captured for a couple of years by the Kirke brothers, sent by the King of England. In 1665, the town only had 550 people and 70 houses. 25% of the population was people of the religious order. Quebec then fell under the British rule in 1663 and stayed the capital up until the province of Canada was formed. Today, Quebec City is the 12th largest city in Canada with a population of 548,459. It is still the capital of the province of Quebec to this day. Canada then became the province of Quebec from 1763, when it had quite a small territory after the Royal Proclamation. Then, in 1774, it expanded quite well with the Quebec Act, and in 1783 it lost some territory to the USA when the Treaty of Paris was signed in the province of Quebec, then split into two separate entities. In 1991, the Upper and Lower Canada. The Lower Canada kept Quebec as its capital for the 50 years it existed, but what's interesting is when we take a look at Upper Canada's capitals. In 1772, the first capital chosen as the capital of Upper Canada was a town called Newark. It was formerly known as Butlersburg, in honor of Colonel John Butler, commander of Butler's Ranger. Butlersburg was founded in 1781. It then got its name changed to West Niagara, differentiated from Fort Niagara. It was renamed Newark in 1792 and became the capital of Upper Canada at the same time. The Upper Canada legislature met in Newark 5 times from 1792 to 1796. The city population back then is unknown, but probably in the mere hundreds, knowing that 16 families were established there in 1782. Nowadays, Newark is known as Niagara-on-the-Lake, and the population is around 19,000 people. And it's still distinguished with a Lord Mayor for its short time as capital of Upper Canada. A Lord Mayor is an honorable title given for certain mayors of important cities in the Commonwealth. The next city on the list was founded to be a temporary capital of Upper Canada, until they made another one near today's London, Ontario. But this never happened, and so the town of York, second capital of Upper Canada, was born. It was founded in 1793 by the first lieutenant governor of Upper Canada, John Graves Simcoe. The name was in honor of the current Duke of York, Prince Frederick. It became the official capital of Upper Canada on February 1st, 1796. In the War of 1812, the town was destroyed by American soldiers, so they left to the old town destroyed buildings and moved west, where they rebuilt a parliament. In the 1820s, a lot of immigration happened in the town, going from a population of 1,000 to a population of 9,000. In 1834, the town became the city of Toronto. It in fact did not change names, but became a city, because before that point the town had no government. The federal government was ruling the town. Its name change to distinguish itself from other cities, like New York City or other Yorks in Canada. There was even another city called York in the same county as the city of Toronto. Toronto was also the victim of the Upper Canada Rebellion in 1837. The city then stopped being the capital for a time when the two Canada merged back together in 1840. Nowadays, Toronto is the biggest city of Canada and the capital of Ontario, with a population of 2,794,356 in 2021. The province of Canada was born when the two Canada merged in 1841. How you can see it on this image. Kingston was chosen as the capital of the province of Canada in 1841. It was originally named Cataraqui. The city was chosen as the capital by Lord Sydenham. The city only stayed as the capital until 1844 because it was deemed lacking resources and population, and it was vulnerable to American attacks. To be fair, the city had a population of approximately 6,000 at the time, which isn't much. Kingston now has a population of 132,485,000 people, and is a pretty big city. It didn't end up being as small as Niagara-on-the-Lake, so that's a win in my book. Then another pretty famous city became the capital, but this time it didn't get its turn cut short because of its lack of population, but because of another reason. I am talking about Montreal. Montreal, originally named Ville-Marie, was one of the first cities of New France and founded by Paul Chomdet de Maisonneuve. The city became the capital in 1844 with a population of approximately 50,000 people. The city stopped being the capital in 1849 after the parliament was burned down by a mob of people who preferred the British side of Canada and not the French-speaking side, the Montrealers. Montreal now has a population of 1,995,211 people and is the second largest city in Canada and the biggest in Quebec. The capital then moved quite a bit from Toronto to Quebec City to calm each side of Canada while they were figuring out a solution. Toronto was the capital from 1849 to 1851, then Quebec City from 1851 to 1855, then Toronto again from 1855 to 1859, before finally stopping the never-ending loop at Quebec City from 1859 to 1865. The new capital was chosen by Queen Victoria in 1865. It was named Bytown. Bytown was founded in 1826 by Colonel John By, so given the name of the city for his family name By. It was later renamed the City of Ottawa in 1855. It reached a population of 18,000, but as when chosen as capital of Canada, the choice was hard to make and took into consideration, first off, it was far away from the US border, which was a win after the War of 1812. They were kind of scared of another war. And it was on the border of West and East Canada, which calmed both sides a little. It also had a small population, which helped the government being scared of other riots that could happen, like it happened in Montreal when they burned down the parliament, or in Toronto when there was the Upper Canada Revolution. People may think, but why wasn't Toronto or Montreal also pretty close from the west and east border chosen. It's because they were still too far away and they were regarded as the biggest cities in the west and east Canada, so it didn't want to upset people. Now, Ottawa has a population of 1,017,449 people, making it the fourth biggest city in Canada. The province of Canada then became Canada, and Ottawa has been the capital ever since. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my biggest video I ever did on this channel. This video took me some time to work on, research, making visual support, making a script, and I'm very happy if you guys like and subscribe to support it. And if you want to see another country where I would do a timeline of their capitals, comment it in the comment section and I will answer it. I plan to do one of these videos every week or so maybe every other week. Depends how I feel. Might do something else next week, but at least one capitals video every 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next week.